Most exporters know the critical importance of identifying and recruiting high-potential talent.
Meanwhile, our students are learning the operational and strategic aspects of international business. They have access to study over 70 foreign languages, and many of them are also participating in challenging academic and cultural experiences overseas.
Our exporters want to meet them.
Our students want to learn more about our exporters.
That's the reason why, in close collaboration with the City of Atlanta, the Mayor's Office of International Affairs, we created
Meeting Our Exporters, a unique opportunity for our students of the minor in international business to learn more about their products, markets, and strategies.
Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport will explain how they handle their air cargo operations at the busiest airport in the world.
A few hours from Atlanta lies the largest single-terminal container facility in the nation, the Port of Savannah. We will also visit this majestic infrastructure.
Meeting Our Exporters has more.
Our students will learn how the U.S. Commercial Service successfully assists exporters in expanding their businesses internationally, how the Small Business Development Center program helps small companies to be more competitive in the international markets, and how the Exim Bank provides financing solutions to our exporters so they can sell more to their clients located abroad.
They will discover how the Metro Atlanta Chamber created a successful initiative to encourage the international expansion of our small to medium-sized companies.
And how the Georgia Department of Economic Development provides global insights and connections, leveraging its network of state representatives located around the world.
Talk to your international business instructor to learn more about this initiative. Don't miss this opportunity.
My name is Cesar Vence. I'm the Deputy Director for the City of Atlanta Mayor's Office of International Affairs. First of all, I want to thank Dr. Doria and Georgia State University for the invitation and partnership to work with you on this great program, Meeting Our Exporters. We have put together a really great program and a great lineup of speakers that includes the entire international trade ecosystem here in Georgia, as well as a number of subject matter experts to help you learn more about what Georgia is doing as it relates to exports. Let me start by giving you a brief overview of my office and what we do. The Office of International Affairs is the international arm of the City of Atlanta. Our mission is to develop, foster relationships with Atlanta's international community, economic development partners, government agencies, and academic and cultural institutions to position Atlanta as a global hub for commerce, innovation, education, culture, and diplomacy. In essence, what we do is we promote Atlanta globally, we position Atlanta as a global hub, and we act as a bridge between the international community and the City of Atlanta. Our main objectives are focused around these 6 pillars: global commerce, which I'll talk about shortly, global connectivity, attracting international events and tourism, protocol and diplomacy, expanding global education, and international sports. Before going forward, I'd like to introduce you to our team. We are a small but mighty team, and I'll have to say that 3 out of us are actually Georgia State University graduates. I'm the only outside one. I came from Washington, D.C., so go Panthers, right? So very quickly, Vanessa is our director. She develops and implements the international activities for Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms and focuses on economic development, attracting international events, and acts as a liaison between the city and the diplomatic community. Myself, as the deputy director, I mainly focus on economic diplomacy, which includes our trade promotion initiative, which I'll talk about shortly, and also the attraction of foreign direct investment to Atlanta. And as a kind of a hobby, I lead our international sports initiative as well. Paulina Guzman is our global engagement officer. Her main role is to, again, act as the protocol manager for the City of Atlanta. And she's also very focused on global education and global engagement. And lastly, Meredith Stamen Rodriguez. She's our project manager. Meredith leads our marketing and communication efforts, and supports the economic diplomacy and international sports initiative. So for the purpose of this conversation, I'm not going to go into a lot of detail about our other initiatives. We are going to focus on our global commerce initiative, which kind of includes 3 different pillars. One is global positioning, as I mentioned, and this is at the core of what we do. Our focus, as I mentioned, is to position Atlanta as a destination for foreign direct investment, and ensuring that investor businesses are familiar with the assets that our region has to offer.
Are you ready for the hidden question? Please upload your answer in the Dropbox available in iColleague.
We do this in partnership with a number of different organizations, including some that you will learn from during this course. The Georgia Department of Economic Development is a key partner for us. Invest Atlanta, which is the official economic development for this agency for the city of Atlanta, the Metro Atlanta Chamber, as well as other different economic development stakeholders. And how do we do this? How do we promote Atlanta globally? There's different ways in which we do this. We participate in trade conferences abroad. We host foreign delegations. We host webinars, believe it or not. Before the current situation, we were already involved in webinars for quite some time, and really trying to use technology to spread the word and to make sure that outside of the United States, investors, businesses, and decision makers know about Atlanta and know what we have to offer. Our second pillar within our business approach is global connectivity. We work very closely with the airport. As some of you may know, the airport is controlled by the city of Atlanta. So we support them in their efforts to attract and establish new international air routes and build strategic partnerships around the world. Hartsfield-Jackson International is one of the biggest economic engines in the region and in the state, and also is the busiest and most efficient airport in the world. This, of course, means that we have a great asset here in our backyard that we can leverage when we talk about attracting investment and trade in the region. And I know at some point you'll also hear and learn more about the cargo operations from Hartsfield-Jackson International. Lastly, I do want to talk to you about our global commerce initiative, our work, and this aligns more with the purpose of this course and the purpose of the meeting of our exporters initiative. One of our goals as an office is to support small and medium-sized businesses that are interested in exporting and entering this sort of global commerce ecosystem. And let me just say that we don't do this alone. As I mentioned, Georgia is very well positioned and very different from other states. We have a very robust trade promotion ecosystem. You'll hear from some of these individuals, but there are a number of agencies and institutions that are involved in supporting trade here at the state and the region. So whenever we talk about our efforts as it relates to trade, it's really a collaborative approach. It's not a one sort of institution leading these efforts. It's a number of institutions that are really committed to supporting Georgia exporters. So with that being said, within our trade promotion initiative, we have 4 programs. One is our Passport to Exports. This is a regional effort in partnership with the Metro Atlanta Chamber, the Georgia Department of Economic Development, the U.S. Department of Commerce, and the UGA Small Business Development Center. And in essence, what Passport to Exports is an ongoing series that aims to help these small businesses learn more about exporting. So kind of what we're doing today for students, we do this for businesses where they're actually get in front of subject matter experts and also their peers to learn more about exports, resources, stories, because at the end of the day, what we've learned is that companies want to hear from companies. They want to hear what others have gone through. So that's part of this program that we have. We have one seminar every quarter. We just hosted one last month in April around women in trade to highlight the impact that women have had in trade. We are getting ready to do another webinar in a couple of weeks around doing business in the digital marketplace. As a matter of fact, we will be working very closely with Dr. Doria on this webinar. And we have a couple more webinars coming up, one around website optimization, and then another one about market research. So we do this again to support our small and medium-sized businesses that may not be as familiar with exports, or maybe they've kind of thought about exporting before, but it just sounds a little intimidating. And our goal really is to put all of the resources in front of them and help them launch their business globally. The second piece is education, which is what we're doing today. As part of our education efforts, is this new program that we have in partnership with Dr. Doria, which is meeting our exporters. And this is really an effort to promote trade, to ensure that students are familiar with this whole notion of trade, with the concept of trade. Those that may be interested in maybe exploring a career within international trade, this is perfect for you. I myself, I have a master's in international trade from American University, and I wish that I had a program like this while I was in school, because at the end of the day, what really makes a difference is to actually hear from practitioners, people that are in the field doing this type of work. Not to say that the rest of the process, the learning process, is not important, but I really want to commend Dr. Doria for thinking outside the box and partnering with us to create this program and bringing in our other partners. Because what you'll see is you'll get a lot from learning about these individuals. All of them, again, the different entities that are involved in trade are very committed. They're very knowledgeable about what they do. And they have tons of information to share. And they're passionate at the end of the day. They're very passionate about supporting businesses that want to export. That's the bottom line. So very excited about this new initiative. This is the first time that we do this. And we look forward to actually expanding this program and continuing this partnership with Georgia State University. The third pillar is our export partnership. Our export mentorship. We do this in partnership with the Georgia District Export Council and the U.S. Commercial Service. And the idea here is to provide one-on-one mentorship to Atlanta-based exporters that want to learn more about exports, or maybe they've tried exporting in the past and they were not as successful. And our goal is to give them the tools and the resources that they need to really go beyond that stage and be competitive in the global market. Then lastly, our office organizes trade missions. We typically partner with one of these organizations that I've mentioned, whether it be Invest Atlanta, the Metro Chamber, the state, or one of our bilateral chambers of commerce. As a matter of fact, last year in 2019, we led a trade delegation to Brazil with the Brazilian American Chamber of Commerce. This year, we had planned 2 trade missions, one with the Women's Chamber of Commerce to Canada, and another one with the Georgia Hispanic Chamber of Commerce and the Mexican Consulate to Mexico. But unfortunately, due to COVID-19, those postponed until next year. But our office, again, we want to make sure that our small businesses have an opportunity after they've, kind of the way we approach this is we kind of put our businesses through a curriculum which is they first attend our Passport to Exports. They will eventually participate in some sort of export mentorship program, and then they will be ready to go into one of our training missions. So as it relates to trade promotion, this is what we do. Again, I see ourselves and I see our office as a convener of subject matter experts. We work very closely, again, with a number of individuals and a number of entities, some of who, again, are listed here: the U.S. Commercial Service, the Ex-Im Bank, the Georgia Department of Economic Development. The airport is a key partner for us, the Metro Atlanta Chamber, the UGA Small Business Development Center, and of course, the World Trade Center of Atlanta. So, what again, I just want to leave you with a couple of things here. The way that we approach everything here in Georgia is to a collaborative effort. And this is the reason why we are successful at what we do. I do encourage you to learn more about exports in Georgia in general, and how the United States and how everyone views the work that we do from an export and international trade perspective, because we are very highly regarded. We are constantly invited to speak on best practices about trade here in Georgia. So you're in great hands. You're in great hands. You have a wide network of individuals that are, again, very passionate. And more than that, they're very committed and willing to share their knowledge with you. So I can tell you that if you have any further questions, if you want to learn more about some of these products and some of the things that we're doing, please do feel free to reach out. I'm sure everyone will be very happy to talk with you. And this concludes my presentation. Again, I want to thank you for the opportunity, Dr. Doria. I really enjoyed working with you, and I look forward to expanding this partnership. I want to wish you all best of luck in the studies, and really enjoy this program. And please do not hesitate to contact me if you want to learn more about the work of the Mayor's Office of International Affairs. Thank you.